Hello and welcome. This is the Kat and Erna show. Welcome on this episode where we are going to do something different again. Last week it was my turn to give an energy coaching session to Kat, but this week it's Kat's turn to do a reading on me. So I'm quite excited what we're going to do. So sit tight and enjoy this dose of spirituality, of life, of what?
You never know what comes up. Are you sure you want to have this recorded, Anna?
Yes.
Deep, dark secrets. No.
Let's go.
Well, before we start, you know my bees. Before we started,
it's early.
It's early. It is. Before we started today, I actually already yesterday, I thought of today and I thought of you, and something came up. And this is what I normally do, having a reading. I've written down some stuff. Also this morning, I wrote down some stuff of things that might not relate to you, but I'm always mentioning it because often it does. But if it doesn't, it's just someone trying to screw with
interfere.
So I'm not tuning in, or I already am tuning in, but this is something that happened prior to this.
Yeah.
So
we start, you know what is funny? You are white and blue. I'm also white and blue. It's blue.
Great.
And
it's gray, isn't it?
No, it's actually light blue. Yeah,
okay,
but the lighting is of course a bit darkish.
Funny. We didn't plan to.
No. But it's funny. I just wanted to mention it. Maybe that's the nerves.
Maybe. Well, yesterday, thinking of this, I had a man in my mind, an older man, like he was having a huge hammer or something, and he was hammering it into steel or something, like some kind of a smith. It would he would have been working or having an interest with something to do with steel. Does that ring a bell or anything?
Not well. My dad used to be a metal worker, but that's I think only in his teens when he was at school, because maybe his early 20s.
Okay.
Because he made some stuff, but I don't know if he has been hammering. Apart from that, well, the only man I can see hammering away could be a blacksmith or for a farrier for the horses, but my horses don't have shoes, so
no. But do you know anyone?
Yeah. I do know an older man that does that. Yeah.
Good. And is he dead or is he alive?
As far as the person that comes to mind, as far as I know, is still alive.
Okay. When you mentioned your dad, I had goosebumps. I don't know if you did, but I had. And that usually means that we're onto something, but it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
But the man I'm talking about is wearing glasses. He is this has nothing to do with the fact that you live in the Netherlands, but he is wearing clogs. He has bad legs and he walks funny. It's like his legs are, like going like this.
Yeah. Well, my dad doesn't wear clogs and he only uses glasses for reading. But he has really, really bad knees.
And he's still alive.
Yeah, he is still alive. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm thinking this guy isn't. But maybe it's related to your dad. Maybe it's
Could
something
be
that.
his father.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much about him because he has been dead since I was 8 or 9, I
Yeah,
think.
and don't mention anything else. I've got
Oh,
goosebumps again.
goosebumps again. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, my legs are goosebumpy.
Yeah. He had a strange personality. He was likable, but he was still an awkward person. He wasn't. He wasn't like the normal person. He was just kind of odd. But there was nothing wrong with him. He was just
Oh,
kind of
I can relate to
with your.
with my grandfather.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was a bit of a loner. He wore, I don't know the word in English, but you know, the kind of pants that go all the way up here with
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. And if it were for work use or if it were just because he liked wearing them, I don't know.
Well, what I do know about my grandfather, he's from up north, and you have the what's turf? Okay.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm Googling the words.
And I'm Googling the word for the pants, so we are clear on what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We love that we have Google. But what do I do?
Tarf? No.
What is tarf?
Tarf. No, that's not it.
Okay, what's the word? Bib pants.
Pete. What kind
bib of pants? Like a bib.
Okay. Oh,
doesn't sound right, but
well, what I remember is he's from up north, and they worked a lot in peat, and peat is some kind of, it's like vegetation. Yeah, and well, it's vegetation that's been pressed together, and they get square parts out of it, and they use it as fuel.
As fuel?
Yeah, peat. P-E-A-T.
80?
Yeah. P-E-A, like in Adrian.
P-E-A-T. It doesn't
recognize the word.
No. Anyway,
well, it's the vegetation has been hundreds, thousands of years, has been pressed together, and they just get square parts out of it, and they used to use it as fuel for the fire.
Okay.
So, but it was, I think, maybe because he worked for a company that did that, and maybe they used those kind of pans.
Yeah.
As
would
working
they have
pans.
hammered it to make it? It's like his.
No. It's already dense enough.
Okay.
But it's more like they don't use a knife, but they use tools that they can just cut it out.
Okay. But let's leave that, and then let me continue.
I can. That could be okay.
Partially related.
Yeah.
So did he smoke a pipe?
Oh, I can't remember. Could be though, because my father had this instance that he smoked a pipe, and he must have seen it somewhere.
There's something with the beach. Either he would have been living close to the beach, or he would have enjoyed going to the beach, not to swim, but to just, I'm seeing him sitting on a bench looking at the water somewhere.
I don't know if they would do that in that days, but I do think
as an old man, not when he was younger, as an old man, just
as an old man
reflecting on life. Yeah.
That could be because my family, we're from the east and the beach is in the west, and if we would do a day out, we love to go to the beach. So it could be also my aunt's my aunts, because I had an uncle up north and we didn't see him that much. But I know that my aunts like to go to the beach as well. So could be that they took my grandpa and grandma with them, but I don't know.
No, good.
Can't say for sure.
Good.
I like this.
Yeah. Then I see, back to the beach, I see him sitting on a bench, and there's a little girl, could be you, running up to him, and you sit by him, and it's like, and this could also just be in general, the thing I'm going to say, that you're talking without talking. It's like it doesn't matter if you just sit there and you don't exchange words, because it's still like you understand each other. And you mentioned he died when you were around 8, so you must have known him. But it doesn't. It's not something you can remember.
No, it's not something I can remember. But it could well be possible, because I did have a sort of close relationship with my grandfather. I think that he, from his grandchildren, that he was closest to me than to any of the others.
And if we're looking at him, that's fine, but also try to open your mind to someone that you know that might know that person, or that doesn't have to be him, because there's nothing where you say, "Oh, that's it." You all yeah.
Okay.
And then I had the thought that he has no spouse, and maybe ever, but early, and that confused me, because early I actually thought it could be a grandfather, but then it came to me that his wife would have died early, so he would have been
he died first, and then my grandma.
He died first. Okay, then it's not him.
Who else?
Or it could have been that they weren't close. That's a thing I need to learn, that it doesn't have to mean that
they are.
No, it could be a relationship.
Well, I don't think
they feel like they weren't.
The feeling I had also back then when I was little, it was not like a very happy marriage.
No, let me get back to that.
Okay.
Because now it begins to.
Now I get goosebumps.
Yeah. See. And me too on my legs. Me
too.
It's like he's hurting, but he's still filled with love. It's not, and that's why he became, and here comes the goosebumps on my arms. It's like something happened that made him close up, but he's not. He's not outgoing and talkative. He's still filled with love, but he's hurting. I can't explain it. It's nothing that you would feel that he's hurting. You don't, because he's still filled with love. But the way you feel it is that he's more silent and more reflective than he might have been before you knew him. So you don't really notice, but he notices that he has been more outgoing than he was.
Well, if he was, I remember that my dad and him were pretty much alike. And if he was anything like my father, then he would have been, outgoing. My father is a social monster. So he would have been the same. But I do know that my grandma... Can I just say the B?
No.
Oh.
Because I have something about cheating or something about a lost child.
I wouldn't know about the cheat, because it's way before my time. Yeah. But I do know about a lost child.
A boy.
I'm not sure.
No.
Could be because they had a boy, then 4 girls, and a boy, and then another girl.
Yeah.
And my grandpa really, really wanted a boy.
And did one of them commit suicide, Erna?
No.
Did one of them commit suicide?
Um,
That's a harsh thing to say, but before when we spoke, I saw someone hanging by a tree in the woods. And I know it's traumatic, but that's what I saw.
one of my father's nephews committed suicide.
Yeah.
That way.
Good. So that could be why he's hurting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm feeling like I want to cry. Yeah. And he was a young man, the one who committed suicide. He wasn't, I'm betting 17.
Yeah.
Around that. Yeah. So that's why he's closed up. Is that a word? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Closed down.
Yeah, closed down. Yeah. So he knew that life was worth living, but he didn't understand.
Why?
He got confused because he couldn't understand why his nephew, if that's him, would commit suicide because life is worth living. So that made him appreciate life more. But at the same time, if we're going with the fact that they didn't have a close relationship, he actually felt like it wasn't worth living in his relationship. So there's the conflict, because he knows that he's supposed to appreciate life more, but he feels like there's more to it than what he's having.
Yeah. That could be, it's very complex, but yeah.
Yeah. And it could be me just trying to analyze.
No, but when I think back about my father's family, it's that is really complex, and they, they were, part of the family was wealthy, and the other part wasn't. But the part that was wealthy, they had an inn, and it was going well. But the man died, and I think it's one of their sons that committed suicide. And the wife was, he had made very, very, very high debts. And she has been working, trying to make the inn work and to get the money, and in the end succeeded with all the difficulties and challenges that were put before her. And it was, they were my grandfather's family. Yeah.
So I've got more to say, but what just came up from the paper, but what came up now was, even though a message to you is, even though you find that your relations can be difficult and can be challenging, remember not to let it remember not to put that energy on you. Because if you do that, you become more and more closed up, and you become the person who's not outgoing, and that's not who you are. You are an outgoing person. You are a person who spreads love and energy. But the thing is, you take on other people's energy too much. And he gets that it's difficult because you want to give and help. And it's admirable that you do that, but the cost of it could be that you end where they are. So you need to take care. And he's showing me a bubble. And we've talked about the bubble before, actually.
Yes, we have.
Yes. So remember to put that bubble around yourself before having meetings with people you know could have that effect on you, or phone calls, or Zooms, or because you don't want to be that person who's hurting, but who's filled with love, but you can't give anymore, or you can't receive anymore because you don't have a bubble, you have a wall.
Yeah.
And then there's no point. And then life becomes miserable.
True.
And accept when people aren't ready, when people aren't capable, when people aren't listening, accept that you can't change everything. It's not up to you, it's up to them. You need to remember that. Okay.
Thank you.
And the dogs agree.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
They're always on point.
Oh, yeah, they are. Unbelievable.
Yeah. And I'm not done with the things I've written down. But the funny thing was, when I wrote it down, before I started writing, I listened to a meditation with music, and where I put the energy up. And then it moved away from my playlist, and another song came on that I've never heard before. That's in German.
What?
Yeah. I don't listen to
That's
German
weird.
music. That's weird. And the song, the word I kept hearing that I wrote down was poppy, on. Turned out it wasn't that word, but that was what I heard, like poppy. So I don't know if you called anyone that, or he would have called anyone that, poppy, like a father or something.
I would say Papa.
Yeah. Now I'm going to read something from the lyrics, because that was awkward. I'm not going to read you all the song. But in one of the paragraphs, it says, sah Hollands tulpenfelder.
What?
I saw Netherlands tulip fields.
Yeah.
So why is it that I'm hearing a German song with the word of the Netherlands in it when I'm tuning into you?
Wow.
I sah Hollands Tulpenfelder und die Rosen in Versailles. Und in Deutschland blühte das Vergissmein nicht, glaube ich.
Yeah, forget me not.
Yeah. So, don't know if it has any, but the word puppy was actually papillon, like the dog.
Papillon is like a butterfly.
It's like a butterfly. Do you have something with that?
Yes, I have. Every time I see butterflies, I I don't connect the butterflies with someone specifically, but oh my gosh!
So I'm not kidding when I say I've got goosebumps.
No, you've got major. My legs are like goosebumpy.
The song is about her wanting to be and feel free, like the butterfly.
Yeah. I always, when I see a butterfly, it's like, oh, there's a butterfly. Hi.
Yeah. So remember to be like the butterfly. Remember to keep that energy up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love butterflies. Oh my goodness. Gosh.
Good. The song is Papillon by Nicole, if you want to listen to it.
Okay.
So, do you know what he died of? And don't mention it, but do you know?
Yeah.
I'm getting a picture of him standing by a kitchen table, coughing, like he's got something with his lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to have his hand on the table because, or else I see him falling.
Yeah.
Would it have been something with his lungs that caused the death?
No.
No.
No, he was coughing though. He was coughing. That's true. But no, it was cancer in the liver.
Okay. And then I wrote down, that's what I wrote before. I mentioned it before to you. Don't hold back. Choose your battles, but do take the ones that your heart feels like taking. So you don't have to diminish yourself, not yourselves, and just take all in. But if something really matters to you, then use your energy on that. But don't just go spend it on
everything
and everyone who needs help. It's okay to say no. I'm choosing me
what
right now.
What did you say? No,
you have to say no.
Yeah. That's a work in progress.
Do you have a picture of him, black and white, where he's standing and you're close to him holding his hand? I have a picture of a man in black and white and a girl next to him holding his hand. Or maybe just a child, because it's someone who's shorter.
Oh, I don't know.
And you're on the person is on his left side.
I might have.
You might have.
But I can't remember. There's so many pictures that I'm thinking of now. But yeah, I would most probably have a picture like that.
It's like there's nothing. It's on a road. And it's just a picture that it's obviously taken because they wanted the two of you in the picture, not because there's something in the background or
yeah.
And I'm still learning, and everything I hear from my teacher is, don't give out names, don't say names. Names are difficult. But usually,
you're
but
going.
I don't think this is his name or someone you know's name, but it's still something I need to mention because it might bring a thought to the next. But Ernst, E-R-N-S-T.
No, if I would have been a boy, the equivalent of Erna is Ernst.
Yeah, there you go. And Friedrich. Why do I get Friedrich?
I don't know Friedrich.
Oh.
No, not familiar. Not familiar.
No.
Go away, Friedrich.
Go away. And I had another one with a G, but I can't remember that. Like Gorm, but that's a Danish word. Do you have the word, the name Gustav?
Gustav?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have the name Gustav.
Okay.
But not familiar to me. No.
I'm going to stop with the names, but Ernst.
Yeah.
So that was a meaning with that. Huh.
That's funny, actually.
It is. It's strange.
Yeah, it is. You know what? Mm-hmm. This is totally different. But at the work, I do have this colleague who's called Erno.
And who is Erno? How old is he? 35? 33?
No, younger. He is 26, 27 maybe.
Okay. from the Netherlands. I'm not France.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is Dutch. I've got
We've got plenty from around the world.
yes.
Yes. Okay, so there's a chair. Oh, I have to remember. That was what I mentioned about remind me of the chair.
Yeah.
The very first thing I wrote down today after the meditation was this. The second was what I learned yesterday.
Yeah.
So the very first thing I wrote down was someone being called cold, like you're a cold person.
Yeah.
Someone fighting with words, throwing things like a vase,
Yeah.
or could have been a pot, which is black, which is white with flowers on it.
I would say my grandma was not the warmest person I know. And I don't know if she, I would see her capable of throwing a vase.
Okay,
I don't know if she actually did. I was never present or heard anything about it, but I could see her do that.
But the funny thing is, when I wrote that down, I thought it related to you. Not that you were the one throwing it, but you were in the fight.
No, I've never been in a fight where a vase was thrown. No.
Good. Back to the chair.
Yeah.
Green velvet chair, like a the one you can sit and relax, and on the top of it there's a lace.
No.
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, that was my favorite chair at my grandparents' house.
Okay then. Okay, I'm going to go on. And next to it, there was a brown round table.
Yeah, it was green. But the thing that stood out most was the lace thing on the...
Yeah. And next to it, were there a brown round table?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. It's like the chair isn't all new. It's like it's...
sort of secondhand. It was worn down.
Yeah.
But that's why I thought it just said heavenly.
Yeah.
I liked it because of it.
But and now I'm beginning to analyze my own thoughts, and that's what I'm not supposed to. So I feel like there's dust on the like the bookshelves and in the living room,
the cupboards, and
and it doesn't resonate, because that's why I analyze, like, well, she must have been tidy, but I don't know that. But I had,
she was,
like, there's a lot of dust, but there wouldn't be dust then because she was tidy. So that's why what I need to, when I get those thoughts, see, I'm learning as well. A lot of dust, nice, huh? That doesn't make sense. She would have been tidy. Oh, there would never be dust because she would have.
Yeah, she was. In the end, she wasn't that tidy before she went to the home, the elderly home. But and then he was already passed.
Is it because she's here now? Is her name Gerda?
No,
Gerda? No.
Hendrika.
Okay, I don't know. Because it could be that she's showing that I would have loved it to be like this, but now it's like this. I'm not there yet where I understand everything. I'm just, what the fuck? Sorry.
I never had a really close relationship with her because I didn't particularly like her. And she favored her other grandchildren over me and my sisters.
Is there something with a jacket she's wearing a jacket with buttons that she has to. It's like you don't close it with buttons here, but it's
Yeah.
overlapped, and then
We call it houtje touwtje.
Yeah, and it's like linen. It's not linen, but it's the fabric. It's not cotton. It's not.
It looks like linen.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
And there's a picture. It's not like they had many books, but I see like a bookshelf thing where it's like on the wall, it's like up here, and then there's a little thing that goes out like this, and there's a picture. And it feels like there weren't many pictures of photographs of people in the family.
They didn't have a lot of photographs, indeed. My mom's mom, she had pictures everywhere, but they didn't. No.
And I'm going to stop with the name thing, but who's Helena? No one.
Well, could well be one of the family, her family, her side of the family. Okay. I don't know Helena. I know that there was a Helena in there, but I don't know her.
And something with the eye. My eye starts to hurt, like right here. Was there a blood vessel? What is that?
Blood vessel, yeah.
Somewhere close to the eye, perhaps, in this area. And now I feel like I'm guessing, but that's...
No, I don't.
I'm only mentioning what I'm thinking because...
Yeah, you have to let it out, eh? You don't think, you just... It pops up and you just...
Yeah. Okay.
No, don't know.
No.
Maybe I should know, but it doesn't ring a bell at the moment.
No, I know that feeling.
So, yeah.
And I feel like throwing up.
Word vomit.
Yeah. And there's a house outdoors. No, there's a house which is outdoors, I know that. But it needs to be fixed outdoors. It's like the paint is
coming off.
Yeah, kind of. I see red and I see white grayish. Dark red.
When you talk about the house, the picture I get in my mind is the house that they used to live in, not the house that they lived in when they were older. And that pops into mind. It was like a corner house. It was, I think, semi-detached, quite biggish. It had a garden around. It was actually a very, very nice... What?
Was it close to the forest?
No. Well, I say no because nowadays it's not close to the forest at all. But then it just might have.
Okay.
Because it was on the outskirts of the village. So yeah.
It's like it's concrete or something, and it's not like with bricks. Maybe there were bricks.
Yeah, I think there were bricks, and then they plastered over it.
Yeah. And then it's becoming visible that the color of the house is like peeling off, and then you see the grayish underneath.
Yeah.
White grayish.
Because that's, even though I was young, that is the house that springs to mind when you mention house. And I don't have actual real memories of the house. that I can say, oh, I was there for sure. But I do know it. I know
Yeah.
what the inside looks like. I know the garden. I know my mom being pregnant with me lying in the garden. But that I know because she told me. She has a picture of it. But I can see that in my mind. And I think that was a house, or at least the surroundings, that I really liked, because we were there when I was young. We were there a lot. I was in the garden with them. You're overthinking.
No.
Oh, why then?
I'm in the garden seeing someone having their finger slapped when they're trying to take something.
Oh, that could be my grandma who did that. My grandpa, he wouldn't touch me. He wouldn't slap my fingers. Never. He did with his, especially my father got the brunt of it. Because there were rules. You had to obey the rules. My grandmother, though, she was easy to just give a slap. Didn't think twice. Okay.
I think we're done with the slapping.
Okay, yeah.
Just remember the message. That's the important part. But
yeah.
And then if you could check up on some of the things that you didn't know about or don't know about, and see if, because in the beginning you had a lot of doubt and said could be, and that's to me not quite good enough, but I think we came closer. And also
I do feel
chair and
I did have the goosebump moments indeed. So it's actually funny because in the beginning I didn't get like I didn't see the visuals, not really. Well, when you mentioned the pants and the hammering, I didn't see the hammering really, but when I thought of my grandfather working in peat, I could see the image.
Yeah.
But with the chair specifically and the house, it just popped up in my mind. And that's amazing. Huh?
It's I still don't understand how it's possible, but it is.
Yeah.
And it just validates that everything is energy.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We are all one, even though it sounds like crazy woo-woo stuff. And I think if I try to understand it, I would go crazy. So I'll just have to trust that it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or else I would be overthinking everything, and then my mind would like just
explode
because it couldn't handle all of that. Yeah, but it's weird. It really is. I've also tried sitting with a friend who also attended the course I'm attending. And we were to find 3 to 5 things. And if I found my water bottle, I wouldn't tell her that I found it. And then I would have to just send her the message.
Telepathically.
A water bottle, and she would pick up on it. And it's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
But it is possible. Yeah. Well, she had a passport, and I kept saying it's something like you have a lot of paper and you flip through it. I just see like a little book or something that you could, and I couldn't. And I also mentioned the colors, actually, like red and yellow. I said instead of gold, like we have in Europe. And then I got frustrated because I couldn't quite figure out what it was. And then I began thinking of toilet paper and newspapers, and because it was
then you go on
then it became my ego thinking instead of my so it is possible. It just
It's nice, huh?
Mm. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is
It
fun.
is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The message came through. It was hitting me spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. Hurting but filled with love.
Yeah.
But what is love if you're hurting all the time?
Yeah, exactly.
If you can't feel the love that you're sharing yourself, but you're only hurting, then, and that's the thing, we don't, it's allowed for us to be selfish while we share love.
Yeah.
Because if we only share, it's like the energy thing. If you pour out of the energy all the time, all the love all the time, and you don't receive anything back,
Yeah, then you're empty at some
yeah.
point.
And it's not that you should stop loving or sharing love, but then you might have to do it somewhere else or just tone it down a bit, so
Yeah.
that if you're only receiving hurt back, yeah, and you can kill anger with love, and you can yeah, but you also have to take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That is that is so true.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then but also, in the line of work that we do, it is important that we take care of ourselves and that we replenish the love that we have, because we're burned out in no time if we don't look out for that. And that counts for everybody that is or is empathic or highly sensitive. Learn ways to protect yourself and to replenish your love, your self-love, your
Yeah. Yeah. And you're not really capable of, you are capable of sharing love, but you can't give as much or do as much if you aren't healed yourself. Or if
exactly.
you aren't working on yourself. If you're always out here and not in here, then you're the one who needs help.
Yeah, there's no connection, eh?
No. And then we talked about the bubble, and some of our viewers might not have seen that it was the episode with Meta reading of the hands.
Yeah.
But could a way to protect yourself could be that you imagine that you have like a bubble surrounding you.
Yeah.
Not to let people out, but so that you can control what you want
To get in.
To get in. So it's like it has this thin,
Yeah.
yeah,
A layer, just a
yeah.
layer that protects your energy field, your aura. Because it's so easy for auras and energy fields to mix with other fields.
Yeah.
So, I've got a whole. I could talk for hours about that now.
Could do that.
Maybe for another episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So you are right. I do have to say no, and I do have to take care of myself.
Yeah. In the end, you're the only one who can.
And if I want to help people and exchange energy and guide them, then I can't be at my worst or not balanced or.
No.
So yeah. And I know that the balance is delicate.
Really, really, really delicate.
Yeah.
And nobody can be balanced all the time.
No.
We have ups and downs. It's just about being aware of it.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
I'm going to mute myself because I have a car coming in my driveway.
I don't hear anything though.
You can hear it now, can't you? And the door slamming in a minute. Now the engine's off. Who is this? Who is it? It's just my family. So now I'm muting myself and you can talk for a while. Enjoy.
Well, I was actually going to say maybe we should just leave it at this. And yeah, if you're interested in talking, getting a reading from Kat, you know where to find her details below under the video. So go get it because she is amazing.
I am.
Yes, you are.
And at the moment, I'm not, okay, I'm trying not to undersell myself, but I'm not that expensive because, as you know, I'm still learning. So, yeah,
and that's always a perk. If we're learning every day, and we're expanding our tools that we have. And if you want to benefit from it, now is the time. If you have something that you want to know, if you need a message, or if you want to get clear on something, below you will find Kat's details. Just go click that link, and then also just like, share, subscribe, and hit the button.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell. Oh yeah, hit the bell, not hit the button. Hit that
button,
bell. But it's the
same.
same.
It looks like
it's
a
the
bell.
same. That thing. One.
Nah.
So thank you for watching this episode of the Kat and Erna show, and love to see you again next week. Have a great day, weekend, whatever. Bye. Bye-bye.